All right, y'all, what's going on? Happy holy days, guess we could say. A little bit under the weather. Last night I got the sinus stuff, so I guess it was my turn. I know most of the family had it earlier in the week. Today we want to talk about the universe will send you a ticket or a test. Ticket or test. You get one of each. Or let me rephrase that. You get one or the other. So they want to break down how this works. Also, you guys know today is Christmas Day. Christmas. So for everybody that's tuning in today live, if there's any specific product that you don't have that you would like, just email me at masterteacher33.com at gmail.com. You go like to my Payloads account, which is Payloads, and that's PAYLOADZ.com/MasterTeacher33, or just go to the website, MasterTeacher33.com. Check out the products and services. If there's any 7-hour series or book or whatever, that's my gift to everybody that's listening live. So if you listen to this recorded message later on today or tomorrow, the sale is just for people who are listening live. I shouldn't say sale, but the free gift is for anybody who's listening live today. If there's a particular book or product or service that you would like that you don't have, you can add that to your repertoire today, free of charge. My gift to you. Also, we're doing the end of the year sale, so I included the 10 counseling sessions. I've added that to what we were already doing. So today, counseling sessions in 2023 are going up to $250 an hour for the 101. So you can pick up basically 101 for most of 2023, like one a month. That would come out to $2,500. You can pick that up today for only $1,000 if you choose to make that purchase. Again, that's the sale that we're having today for Christmas Day. Also for Christmas Day, you guys know I posted on Facebook 13 of the best sellers. So you guys know I'm running 3 specials today. Again, all this is on my Facebook and TikTok and blah, blah, blah. But I just want to mention that as well. So let's jump into the meat of today's message. When we're talking about a test, why would the universe send you a test or a ticket? So we ask for stuff, or we believe in source code for stuff. Excuse me, I'll be sipping on my tea again. And the universe wants to make sure that you want what you say you want. So the universe is very good at testing you to ensure that if you say you are high vibrational at a Kibelon, then the universe wants to test you before it gives you the ticket. So the test is to ensure that you really want what you say you want. So the universe will send you that test. And it's interesting because I've learned over the years that when it's always darkest, right before day. So they, whoever they are, would trip me up in the past because, I didn't understand the manifestation game the way I do now. And again, I do apologize for my voice a little bit under the weather today, but hey, I'll be back later on today. If not before then. Feel a whole lot better already. So the universe is going to send you that test before it gives you the ticket to the dance. We all want to go to the dance, if you will. We all want to get a ticket to our manifestation. You already have it, but the universe has to make sure that you are the vibrational version of it. That is simply means that you can't have it where you are now. That's why the universe sends you the test. The test is to get you to elevate so that way you operate as something best or better. In other words, The universe wants to ensure that you are the vibrational equivalent of whatever you say you are. It's amazing to me how powerful, if you will use that term, when we ask for something, things immediately go haywire. Because that's the universe saying, let me test to see if Jim Bob or Sally Sue really wants what they say that they want. So you get the test, again, before you get your ticket. Now, you already have your ticket, but the universe is not going to give you the access. The ticket represents the access to your destiny, your dear. You already are that. But the universe will send you this test before it gives you your ticket. The whole point of this is to make sure that this is the energetic transmission, to do a quality control check to see how bad you really want what you say you want. In other words, the universe wants to make sure that you worth, that you believe that you deserve to be, do, and have. Now, the universe knows that you deserve, but we don't know that we deserve. And the way that the universe assists us with the openness, the oneness, and the fondness that we need to exceed, the universe will send us a test. And an amazing thing is, during this test, it gets really dark. It gets really chaotic. Things seem like they're falling apart. But when things are falling apart, they're literally falling together. But if you don't pass the test, then you don't get the rest. You literally get what you fear. And this is the mistake that a lot of people make, is that during the testing phase, we don't think that what we've ordered is arriving. Because it's already ours by divine birthright. So we literally have to be willing to let go and let God. From the perspective of, we establish our bulldog tenacity, if you will. We connect to our order. We believe that we already have it. Then if it delays, if it takes a long time for the portal activation that results in the visual manifestation, then we start to do what? Well, we start to question ourselves. That's the test. The test is when the thing that you order is delayed. But it's delayed because the universe is asking you, like when you go to a restaurant and you order food and the waiter comes out and they say, I just want to know, did you want that, medium well, medium rare, or well done? So you place the order, but the waiter needs further clarification. So if the waiter needs further clarification on the preparation of the meal, then the waiter is going to ask you, Jim Bob, Sally Sue, did you want that medium well, medium rare? So that's what the universe is doing. So the universe literally asks you by doing an energetic check or transmission, is what I call it, because I know this myself. Everything that happens because I ordered it. Like we talked about yesterday. We don't really remember every day that every thought that we have is a test to either confirm our ticket or deny. And ticket means access. So, do you have access? Yes, you do. But if you don't bring your ticket, even though you have access, you can't get in. So you have to bring your ticket. It's like going to a basketball game or a football game. Excuse me. And again, I am, just a little bit, kind of hit me last night. Under the weather a little bit. So you guys, bear with me as we get through this. It's very, very important, brothers and sisters, because the thing that even me, when I am going through, I ask myself, have I done everything that I'm supposed to do? Or is there something that the universe is trying to get me to go through? Because I have to be the vibrational equivalent of whatever it is that I've asked for. We talk about that on almost every show. The reason why we talk about it so much is because it's so important. In fact, if you were to ask me what's the most important thing when it comes to manifesting, that would be it. The ability to analyze yourself. Self-analyzation. That's the most important thing in manifesting. Because what happens is everything that happens, that's the test to see if you get the ticket. You don't get the ticket until you pass the test. Because the test is just a thing. Because if you fold during the test, that's your way of telling the universe that you do not believe that you're the vibrational equivalent of the thing that you want. That you are literally telling God, source, the universe, that, I want to be wealthy. I just don't know if I deserve to be wealthy. It's very interesting that nobody comes out and say that. Because if we're really honest with ourselves, and if we really examine, that's the reason why shit keeps happening the way it's happening. I tell myself this all the time. If things are going good, there's a reason why they're going good. If things are going bad, excuse me, there's a reason why they're going bad. And again, you guys bear with me. I was a little bit under the weather last night. I don't know why it just came out of nowhere, like, bam. But I feel a lot better this morning. We're going to make it do what it do. So the test comes as the universe way of saying, you sure you want your steak medium well? Or you sure you want your steak well done? Or you sure you want your steak, what's the other way? Rare or whatever. The universe is checking with you. It's God's way of asking you, do you want to be you? So if something keeps happening, the reason that it keeps happening is because you have not examined in detail why it keeps happening. You guys remember that I talk about the process of analyzing yourself, not other people. This is not about nobody else. Very important. This has nothing to do with anybody else. This is all about you. So if it's all about you, everything that is happening to you is a test to see if you are worthy of the ticket to the big dance. Now, the universe knows that you are worthy, but the universe doesn't know if you know. So the universe is just asking you. So the way that God asks you, do you really want what you say you want, is God takes from you, or God delays what you want. Because God is saying, well, if you really believe that you already have everything that you need for a life of godliness, why would you get angry or upset? Because it's being delayed. Because if you already got it, then you're supposed to establish the mental disposition of it. That means that you are already supposed to be in that mindset. So if you're not in that mindset, what you're telling God or the universe is, man, I'm not sure, God. I'm not sure, universe. Like, I think I want it, but I don't know if I deserve it. Now, remember, we don't say that out loud, obviously. That's what we are thinking. Remember, we are wishing for one thing, but we're thinking about something else. Man, about $100. So we're wishing for wealth, but we're thinking about bills and poverty. So what happens is we're sending mixed messages to the universe. So your job is to get clarity. Clarity comes from self-analyzation. That's how you are able to create that energy transmission. And so the quality of your life is based upon the transmission of that energy. That just simply means that as we're sitting here, you get confidence. It's really weird how we get confidence in certain things after we go through certain experiences. So when you go through the test, you get the ticket. No test, no ticket. Excuse me. And nobody else can go through the test for you. You have to go through it yourself. And so no matter what it is, if you say, I'm a millionaire, the universe, your brain, remember, it doesn't know the difference between fiction and reality. It just says, the unconscious part of the brain says, you are a millionaire. It believes it, especially if you say it with emotion and conviction. So we can simultaneously, remember I talked about being in two places at the same time? That just simply means that you are a wave and particle at the same time. That's it. That means that you are everything and then you are nothing all at the same time. You're a millionaire and you broke all at the same time. So we simultaneously exist inside of this matrix. This matrix is inside of what we call the universe. So the matrix is the dumbed down version of the universe. So the matrix was created to be this, I'm going to use the word program, like watching a TV program, so that way you could analyze and categorize. Categorize? That's like that? Yeah. Categorize. Let me say it again. You're sitting here right now, and you should be analyzing. Remember, you got to go through the test before you get your ticket. You have the big dance, but you can't get in. It's like going to the game to watch your favorite sports team play. Well, you're going to have a ticket to get in, bro. They're not going to let you in. You're going to have a ticket. So how do you get your ticket? Well, to get the ticket, you got to be deserving of the ticket. You got to pay for the ticket. How do you pay for the ticket? You pay for the ticket whenever you analyze yourself. Like for me, if I'm going through something in my life, I'm asking myself, why am I going through this? What is it? It's going to be something that repeats itself. That means that I'm not analyzing and I'm not categorizing it, departmentalizing it, packaging it, labeling it, so that way when it comes back around again, I see it. So that just simply means that the universe expresses itself through numbers and through letters in a specific sequence. Your job is to create your dream life, your dream world in your head, and then hold it until it manifests in your hands. That's your job. So your job is, the test is to create the dream life in your head, to create whatever it is that you want to create in your head. That's the hard part. That's because it's almost impossible if you're poor. Like if you broke right now, and I'm telling you you are a millionaire. You know what your brain? It's going to tell you when you say that, I'm a millionaire. If you got a mantra and you say, I'm wealthy, I'm healthy, I'm wise, I'm in a great relationship, well, your brain's going to tell you, look around, bro. But you got to tell the brain that doesn't matter because you're analyzing and you're categorizing. So you got to create it in your head. The test, create it in your head. The ticket, manifest in your hands. So we cannot manifest it in our hands until we hold it in our head. And that's the test. And it's weird because the universe is just asking you a basic question. Everything in your life is God telling you how bad do you want what you say you want. That's it. Could you imagine if you broke right now, remember, King Solomon asked for wisdom. God gave him a problem. What? Every time in the Bible when somebody prays for something, God takes something. I think we forget that manifestation is not like they say in all the videos. You just don't think about it and bam, $1 million show up. That ain't how it works. They be lying to y'all. If you want something, if you want money, you get poverty. If you want health, you get sick. If you want a great relationship, you find out that your wife is banging your neighbor. If you want wisdom, you find out that you got dyslexia. So in other words, the way that you get something, manifest something, is to go through something. Because to manifest something new, you got to burn off something old. Man, if we could only remember that. If you are going through something right now, that's God said, your blessings, I got to burn off the old you to prepare you for the new you. So you can't put new wine in an old wineskin. And that's what that verse means. It's saying that I can't put new money in your wallet that used to hold your old money. It's not big enough. You need a bigger wallet. So guess what? You got to lose your old wallet. But you got $10 in there. It's your last $10. If you lose your last 10, you broke. Then what you gonna do? You're gonna do what everybody do. You're gonna freak the fuck out. And unfortunately, you failed the test. Well, when you broke, you're supposed to feel the same way it feel if you had $10,000 in your bank account. If you had 20,000, 50,000, 100,000. What would that feel like? Well, if you had $100,000 sitting in your bank right now, you're feeling pretty good financially. Health-wise, maybe not. Knowledge-wise, maybe not. Relationship-wise, maybe not. But as far as being able to, depending on your bills too, you should be sitting pretty good. So that feeling that you have, that's the feeling that you got to maintain, regardless of the amount of money in your bank account. That's the test to get the ticket. You cannot get the ticket until you understand the test. So the test is God will allow you to experience less before he gives you the best. And they don't tell you that with the law of attraction and all the other self-help gurus out there. They don't tell you that it gets worse before it gets better. So when the worst shows up, you are like, what the hell is this? I'm doing something wrong, so you stop. Or you start focusing on the bad. The moment that you start focusing on the bad, you start to manifest the bad. Every thought that you have in right now today is going to manifest later on in your life. So that's why I don't allow myself to have thoughts today that I don't want to hold in my hand tomorrow. I don't put nothing in my head that I don't want to hold in my hand. So if I don't want to hold poverty, then why would I think poverty? So you can wish one thing and you can think another. That's the number one problem on earth. People wishing for happiness, but they're thinking unconsciously about unhappiness. So you get, because the unconscious brain is 1,000 times bigger and more powerful than the conscious brain. So the unconscious brain overrides the conscious brain or the subconscious brain. So your job is to, what's in my unconscious brain? But the only way you can tell is by looking at what you maintain. What's in your life right now? So if there's anything other than wealth, health, wisdom, and great relationship in your life right now, that means unconsciously, you are unconsciously ordering it. You're thinking positively, but you're unconsciously operating negatively. So you got to be aware of your unconscious brain. And remember, the unconscious brain, it's unconscious. It is below the threshold of your detection. So how can you know something and you can't detect it? Well, you got to wait for it to manifest. And it's already manifested. Just walk around your house, look at your car, look at the wife, look at the kids. That's your unconscious brain. Your unconscious brain draws to you the vibration equivalent of you. Who was the last person that you met in your life? Think about it. Who was the last person that you met at your job? Who was the last person that you met at the grocery store? Who's the last person that you met at church? Who's the last stranger that came to you and started talking to you? That's your unconscious brain. Did you meet somebody you thought, man, this is going to be a great relationship? Start off good, then all of a sudden it went bad, and now you and that person don't even talk anymore. That's your unconscious brain. Pay very close attention to people, places, and things, even pets, that come into your life, because they are the vibration equivalent. It's a Snapchat of where you are at that specific point in time in your life. See, I'm very, very conscious of the people that I interact with. It's Christmas Day and I'm sitting there at home by myself. One of the biggest reasons was I was feeling like last night was like, man, I had a fever and coughing and chills and stuff. It was weird. It's like a one day, I don't know, flu or whatever. So now I'm starting to feel like this morning was a little rough. So I had to go outside, put my feet in the dirt, give me some sun, sip on my tea. I'm starting to feel a little better. My voice coming back. Last night, though, didn't look too good. But you know what I thought about? I thought about the last 3 Christmases. I've been sick. And I remember the first Christmas that I did not want to, about 3 or 4 years ago, I was trying to find a way to get out of having to go to my wife's family's house. I really didn't want to go. But I didn't want to tell the wife that because, you know, she said, oh, come on, you know, then the in-laws be like, oh, you know, where you at? And so the day I was analyzing it, I need y'all to hear me, man. If you can get this, it will change your life. I analyze and I departmentalize. That's all I do. Shit happens to me. Nothing happens to me that I don't order. Just like you. You just don't remember ordering it. I will sit and ponder for days, weeks, months till I find the answer. I refuse to move forward. If there's any adversity that shows up in my life, and I don't know, because that's how I grow. So I was thinking, like, what the hell happened? How did I just get sick all of a sudden out of the blue? It started, you know, my little bonus son, Alec, got sick. That was like almost 2 weeks ago. But it was like allergy stuff. Then Janai got sick, then D got sick, and then me, I was good. Then last night I get sick, and then bam, I remember. I've been sick almost every Christmas. Ever since I said I need an excuse not to go to my in-law's house. Best excuse, you can't go nowhere if you're sick. So I don't need that excuse now. Now I just tell people, I don't want to go, I don't want to go. But back then, I needed an excuse and a reason not to go. That's good to have one. Mother-in-law called and said, hey, where you at? I said, well, I'm not feeling too good. And it is 100% true. I had a fever last night. I was coughing and chills and stuff. How is it that the last 3, this will be the 4th year in a row on Christmas Day, I've been sick? From the perspective of, you know, like now, only thing left is, you know, get my voice back, a little tickle in my throat. But I don't have the fever or anything like I had last night. But, hey, everybody's happy though. Why? Well, I had a reason. So the wife is not giving me the silent treatment because I was sick. So I had a good reason why I couldn't go. Through the process of analyzing myself, I was able to determine where and how my sickness manifested in my life. Through the process of analyzing myself, I can determine why and how any money problems pop up. Through the process of analyzing myself, I can determine Why and how? Health issues, wisdom issues, relationship issues. So all you got to do is analyze. Who though? Yourself. It's not anybody else. If you're sitting here listening to me right now, the only way to get out of your issue is to do like today I have 3 offers all at the same time. Why? Well, the way that I monetize myself is to utilize my numbers. That's my path. My path is 336. That's the path I'm on. So I'm a 3 creator of 6 level of details. So I creatively create details. And that's how I get paid. So to increase my revenue, I continue to creatively create. And you know, that's not nothing new. But that's my test before I get my ticket. So the universe never gives me my ticket until I pass my test. By analyzing myself, that allows me to be able to see why. So that the universe needs you to see how and why you are at the stage in your life that you are. You can't go forward until you can see. That way you can duplicate it. So now I know why I was sick today. Why I was sick last Christmas. Why I was sick Christmas before that. Why I was sick. Why I've been sick every Christmas for the last 3-4 years. Because I ordered it. And I never canceled that order. So I can cancel that order now, so that way next year, Christmas, I don't have to get sick. So that way, I have an excuse, excuse me, not to go over to the in-laws' house. But if I didn't analyze myself, I'd be sitting there wondering, damn, why did I have a fever last night? Chills and coughing and stuff. Why did that just pop this out of the blue? I had like a 1-day flu. But then I had to remember, oh yeah, I ordered it. But that was 4 years ago. Yeah, but you never canceled the order. Oh, that's that soul tie. That's that contract. So now I have to denounce. Why? It no longer serves me. I don't need to be sick on every Christmas now. So now if I don't want to go over to the in-laws' house, I just say, I don't feel like going. I can come over here, but I don't feel like going over there. And I don't really care anymore than I used to be. I used to care. That's why I came up with this. But now I got to the point where I made it okay for me to be happy. Somebody else may not be happy with my happiness, but I'm happy with my own happiness. But if I didn't analyze myself and look at the test that I go through before I get the ticket, to go, in this case, to get out of having to go to my in-laws' house. When literally I could just say, I don't feel like going. But I know that comes with a lot of pushback. Oh, how come? You want to hang out? We miss you. Let's have a big, Christmas dinner. Blah, 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 blah. So now it's, how bad do you want what you think? You see, brothers and sisters, if it is to be, it's up to me. You are where you are at right now because you're not going through a better process. You got a great process, but you got to fine-tune the process. Do a quality control check. Because the universe is doing a quality control check to see if you are a vibrational match for the experiences that you wish to experience. So before the universe allows you to interact or interface with any type of experience, the universe would check to see if your desire matches that vibration of that experience that you want to have. So if you want to experience being a millionaire, the universe is going to take your money. It's not going to give you money. And the universe is going to see if you're going to believe the false evidence appearing real. If you believe it, bam, you failed the test. No ticket for you, boo-boo. You got to go back to the back of the line. Because you failed. Why? You said you was a millionaire. Being a millionaire ain't got shit to do with $1 million in the bank. Being a millionaire has to do with the mental disposition in the brain. That says, in my case, my money flows to me easily and effortlessly as I creatively create and express that creative creation in a very detailed manner. Because I'm a 336. So that's money. So my job is to make sure that I maintain that disposition in the midst of what we call adversity. Because adversity is just God testing you to see if you are you. Because you're not supposed to be, the Bible says, why worry about what you shall eat or what you shall drink? Your Heavenly Father knows you have need of these things before you even ask. So if you're worrying that what you're doing, you're telling God, you don't know what you're doing. So let me help you out. Like, you can do a lot of things, but I don't recommend that one. I don't recommend that, for real. I've been there, done that already. That does not come out very well. Your job, brothers, your job, sisters, is for you to maintain your brain and to expand your consciousness and your awareness by going through the process of self-analyzation and focusing on the good aspects of your nature and not the bad. You can go look at your life and you can look at all the bad experiences that you've had, or you can look at all the good ones, or you can look at the good ones and the bad ones. But that means you're going to manifest those. So I recommend looking at the good experiences that you've had. Everybody on this call has had a lot of experiences in the areas of wealth, health, wisdom, and relationships. So if you're sitting here listening to me today, and you're in a situation, that situation is a test to see if you're going to focus on the situation, or you're going to focus on what you ordered to solve the situation. See, it's kind of unfair, really, because like they don't really tell us that. Even now when I listen to people, I go back and listen to some of my shows, and I don't talk about this enough. I got to do a better job of explaining it, which is why I'm offering the 10 101s for $1,000. Because each 101 is a 1 hour 101 is going into 2023 is $250. So $250 times 10, that's $2,500. So you can get 10 101s to use anytime that you want in 2023 for $1,000. That's my Christmas Day sale. And we'll go to the end of the year. Whether you pay today or anytime before the end of the year, that's my end of the year sale. Along with all the other stuff, which is the 13 7-hour series. So I got 13 7-hour series. Each 7-hour series is $249. Do the math, that comes out over $3,000. I don't know why the Simba's barking. Let me see what's going on here. Oh, there's a dog walking through the neighborhood. Make sure nobody's outside. So, and that's not, but why am I doing that? Well, I'm doing it because that's my creative expression. So, that's the way I create. So maybe you're one, so you do like a leadership class. And like my daughter, Shanae, she uses dance to lead and to help little girls primarily establish self-esteem and self-worth, which is emotional balance. So there's one path, but many ways of expressing that path. Your job is to focus on that. So when money is funny, what do? But you don't focus on the fact that the money is funny. Because you know that money's not paper. What generates the paper? Well, for me, what generates paper is when I get into my Deion Sanders mode. When I put on my Deion Sanders hat, that means that I'm the best at blank. One of the things that we're going to, in addition to the 10 101s for $1,000 to be used, the next thing is that we'll be doing, we already got the Life Management University Millionaires Club. Now we want to go to the next level, and we want to we're doing the trade lines and all that good stuff. So now we want to take it to the next level and start building your own, I'm going to use the word empire, for lack of a better word, that's similar to what I have. One of the best ways of doing that is to dissect the Life Management University in the Dear Canoe Report. There's 45 chapters in the Dear Canoe Report. So one of the things I'll be offering is to partner with different people in the group, especially if that's already a part of the Life Management University Millionaires Club, and to give you just one specific part of the Dear Canoe Report. The Dear Canoe Report is so massive and so huge, it's overwhelming. So we've got to dumb it down for people. So if someone in the group just takes the solar ID, you become a solar ID specialist. All you do is solar ID report. Now, that's just one page inside of the 750-page Dear Canoe Report. Somebody could take the name, niche, and narrative report. That's 3 pages inside of the Dear Canoe Report. All you do is name, niche, and narratives. What we would do is I would go work with you one-on-one, sit down with you and make sure you understand how I do it, which is a little different. I think the solar IDs, for the most part, people can research that. But a lot of stuff inside the Dear Canoe Report is just, it's something I've tailor-made. I mean, it's just unique. It's a little different from what's available online. One of the biggest things is to have a specialist inside of biblical astrology, you put it that way. To just take the chapter inside the Dear Canoe Report, that all it does is talk about biblical, astrotheology. Like Psalms 8:3, when I consider the heavens and the work of the fingers, the moon and the stars which thou hast set in place. Psalms 19, verse 1. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the works of his hands. Psalms 147. He has determined the number of the stars and calls each of them by name. And we go on and on. But in order to get people to understand the value inside the Dear Canoe Report, we have to break it down and explain the different chapters inside the Dear Canoe Report. But because it's so intensive, it's so much information, if I took the members of the Investment and Millionaires Club and everybody, whatever chapter resonates with your spirit, your numbers, so to speak, for example, finding your spiritual gifts. Somebody could just take that chapter of the book. And for 2023, any sales that you do, you keep 100% of that. The DNA sequencing report, that's part of the book. That's about 10 pages inside the book where we go through. And we take the life optimization circle and we give you the 12 words for each number. Now, all this stuff is inside the Dick and New report. This is something we're going to be looking at in 2023 to partner with you to use my creativity to assist you with monetizing yourself and also to establish your own system based upon your unique lane and your unique way. Because nobody has your life experiences. So that way you can do what? Every time you have a test, you can get a ticket. Because all your energy is going to be focused on what? Passing the test. So that way you can get the ticket. How do you pass the test? Well, you make straight A's. What is it making sure? How do you make straight A's? Well, create in your head. So God is spirit. Those that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. So if you can stay in the spirit, you can walk in the spirit. Remember what it says in the Bible? Walk in the spirit. You will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. That's it. That's the hardest thing to do. Because right now, I'm talking to you. I don't know what's going on in your situation. I don't know what part of the country you're in. I don't know what's going on in your personal life. You could have just had a big fight with your husband or your wife. Y'all not speaking to each other. She's in one part of the house, you're in another part of the house. But God forbid she jumped in the car and drove over to her mom and dad's house. And you sitting there, and if you're every man, you probably wrong. Men, most of the time, even when we are right, men, we are wrong. Even when we're right, we're wrong. Because women do so much for us. Especially if you got kids. Because, all the stuff that women do. They don't know how to turn it off. Women are they're nurturers by design. And men, we take advantage of the woman's natural tendency to do. Like, I was sick for 1 day. My wife was sick for 3 days. She still cooked, cleaned, dropped the kids off, did all the stuff. I was telling her, like, man, I don't know. Because I was tired. It wasn't tired. It was just like my energy level went zoom. My energy level just went down. So as for men, and there's a relationship issue, in your head, you have to focus on making a deposit into the woman's emotional bank account. That's how women establish their energy level. If you want a happier mate, you got to make more deposits. A deposit is little stuff that that she needs assistance with around the house. Women don't see you can go out and buy a $10,000 thing. You go to the dollar store, you can buy a $1, thing. They both get the same. That's one point. A lot of men make the mistake of buying big stuff once a year. So she feels loved once a year. Instead of doing small things around the house every day. That way she feels loved every day. Helping her with the laundry, helping her clean up, helping her do this, helping her do that. All of those stuff you get, that's making an emotional deposit into your wife's emotional bank account. That way she feels emotionally validated. Then ladies, you got to do the same thing with men. We need respect. We don't need love. Ladies need love, men need respect. And it's interesting because men, we give respect and women don't want it. And ladies, y'all give love and men don't want it. It's interesting because when I do relationship counseling, that's why I'm talking. So what do you do? I like to land. So yeah, we do. Well, shoot, man, I give her a space, dog. You know what I'm saying? I remember trying because that's what we want. A woman don't want that. So that's you have to analyze yourself to make sure that the test that you're in, you're passing it. Most people spend their life solving the wrong problems. Let me do that again. Especially when it comes to money. Man, we'll put a lot of energy into doing a lot of stuff That has nothing to do with the real problem. It is a problem, but it's a minor issue. Most people major in the minors. Why? They really don't want to tackle the big issue. The big issue is you have to be able to find and maintain a feeling that you associate with your dream. Let me say it again. Matter of fact, I think we can wrap it up with this one. You got to be able to find. It's like a song. You ever notice? I know it's like when I work out at home. When I used to go to the gym, I didn't really listen to music while I was working out. Because when you're at the gym, there's 30, 40, 50 other people that are working out too. And you see a little skinny dude over there, and he bitching, he got 3 plates over there. And you a big dude, and you look at the little dude, you're like, you put 3 plates on. Maybe a little heavy for you, but you think, I'm going to let that little dude show me up. So it's an unspoken competition. That's called motivation. You getting amped up by somebody else's energy. But when you're at home by yourself, ain't nobody around for you to get amped up. Like I told you guys way back in the day, I used to go to the gym. That was this girl that worked at the gym. And she was fine. She made sure that she always came around and was clean right next to the treadmill that I was working. Now, if that happened every once in a while, I'd be like, okay. But like every time I go to the gym, like for real, every time. So it wasn't my accident. So that's a form of what I call amplification. Well, when you go home by yourself, when I work out, I use music now. How come? Well, music puts me into a frame, a feeling, a mental disposition that's associated with working out. It's kind of like the Rocky song, like the Rocky thing, that music. Well, that's the power of music. Music has that ability. Music, makes you move your soul. Music is one of the best ways. It's not the only way, but it's one of the best ways, especially when you're at home alone and you're trying to work out. Especially for me. Now, everybody's different, but I found that to be one of the most powerful ways for me to pass the test so I can get my ticket. Because it's like going to the high school dance. Well, to get in, you got to have a ticket. Going to a sporting event, you got to have a ticket. Well, to make money, you got to have a ticket. To be healthy, you got to have a ticket. To be wealthy, the wise, got to have a ticket. Relationships, you got to have a ticket. So as I said at the beginning of the show, brothers and sisters, most people, they don't analyze. So you go through the test before you get the ticket. And the universe is only testing you because you said you want to be wealthy, healthy, wise, and in a great relationship. So the universe has to test you to see if you really want what you say you want. Unfortunately, when the test comes, most of us fail the test because we don't realize that it's a test. And one of the best ways to pass the test is for you to have your own manifestation song. By manifestation songs, music moves the soul. Like when you're listening to praise and worship music, it's hard to bump and grind when you listen to praise and worship music. But if you put on some R. Kelly, I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. Turn off the lights, put on some Luther Vandross. Okay, you set the mood now. So your mood, remember, your mood is your food. Your mental disposition totally changed if you put on a little Teddy Pendergrass. You put on some Luther Vandross. You put on some Maxwell. You put on some R. Kelly. Okay? That's totally different than if you put on some praise and worship music. Your mind set totally changed. In life, you have to find your own manifestation song, because that music, and I'm not talking about a song like you sing. The manifestation song simply means the expanding of your consciousness through the analyzation of the events that are happening in your life. Like I said at the beginning of the show, every Christmas for the last 4 years, I've been sick as a dog. Last night I had a fever of like 104. I had chills. I was sweating. I was coughing. I didn't sleep at all. I was sick as a dog last night. And my voice is coming back this morning or today. But I sat down today and I analyzed it. I've been sick the last 4 Christmases. Starting back when I needed an excuse, like I said at the beginning of the show, to not go hang out with my in-laws. So the best way was to be sick. But now, that was back when I didn't have no balls. But now my balls is dropped. Now if I don't want to go, I just say, I ain't going. But I'm still getting sick. Because I never went back and cut that emotional cord, that demonic soul tie. So I have to go back and cancel that contract. So that way next Christmas I don't get sick. Why? Well, I don't need an excuse anymore. If I don't want to go hang out with the in-laws, I just tell them, you know what? I'm not going. Well, how come? Well, no, they don't feel like going. I'm a grown-ass man. So I don't need an excuse anymore. But if I'm not able to connect the dots to see why, so like I said, everything that's happening to you in your life right now is because you ordered it a long time ago, but you never canceled the contract. So now you got to go back and you got to cancel all those contracts. If you don't cancel those contracts, they keep coming. That shit keeps happening in your life. I'm telling you, bro, everything, like money, same thing. Why do you think you keep having the same money problems? Or why do you keep having the same health problems? Or why do you think you keep having the same relationship problems? Because you establish an emotional soul tie. That's your song. That simply means that you did not pass that test, so you did not get no ticket to get out. So you stay in that loop until you pass the test. You keep repeating. That's why when people do the same thing over and over again, especially in relationships. And men, like I said, women, they gotta have it. They gotta be emotional. You gotta make an emotional deposit. And ladies, you gotta make a respectful deposit. Men need respect. Ladies need love. So ladies, you can't give men love, and men, we can't give ladies respect. It's like the old men are from Mars and women are from Venus. So men are failing the test, women are failing the test, especially in the black relationships. That's so many, they're like, all black men with white women. It's crazy. Because white women, they just see the thing that the black women are missing, and vice versa, and the black men are missing. So everybody, all you gotta do is sit down and analyze yourself. If you sit down, you will find a solution. Meaning, you will see how you unknowingly ordered you, because back then that you needed it. For whatever reason, you had a belief system that makes you feel. Now remember, music makes you feel. When you listen to certain music, you put on certain songs. You put on some smooth jazz, makes you chill out. But you put on some, for me, that heavy metal rock music, that head banging stuff, it should give me a headache. It agitates me, and that kind of like makes me like, I don't know, it gives me like anxiety. And it's weird because it's not like, it's a weird feeling. So that feeling, that comes from your thoughts. That's your manifestation song. So it's not music, it's a feeling from a group of related thoughts that you keep thinking over and over again, but you forgot how you ordered it, like I did. 4 or 5 years ago, I ordered get sick every Christmas. So for every year, I get sick like every Christmas. I bet y'all won't be sick this Christmas. Why? It doesn't serve me no more. So I can put a whole new song now by doing what? Calling those things that are not as though they were. So now I'm speaking it. So now I got a whole new message. I got a whole new model for a whole new market. Why? I don't need to be sick on Christmas anymore just to get out of having to go hang out with my in-laws. Well, I got a big house. I stay in my home. I stay at home. They want to see me. They know where I live. They can come over and hang out. So I'm good. But I got to do it. I got to speak it. I got to rewrite the script. But I've been creating that feeling for so long, I got to come up with a brand new constructive thinking. So that way I can create an entirely new frequency, wave vibration that makes me feel. You got to create a feeling where you are associated with your dreams. Money problems meaning that you have a wish for money, but you have a feeling for poverty. That's all it is. We wish because we don't think we deserve. Remember, wish is like a hope. Hope deferred waxes the heart cold. Excuse me. Hope is like a wish. It's like a dream. I don't like wishes. I don't like dreams. I don't like hope. I just like a disposition that says I have. The have principle. So that principle, that feeling that says I have, is fighting against reality. Because reality says you don't have, but you have a feeling that says you do. And reality is overpowering your mentality. So you got to feed your mentality more. That means you got to get out of reality. You got to check out. So what I do is I have a interactive, imaginative, engaging process. Let's say a video game. And I'm able to use this interactive, imaginative, engaging process to check out. So when things are not going good in real life, I go to my imaginary life. But I never go to the imaginary world until I analyze the real world. When I analyze the real world, I ask myself, at some point in time, being poor served me. For me, it's real easy. It goes back to the religious. Because poverty was associated with godliness. But they didn't call it poverty. They called it piety. At least like they told me when I was in church. It was that whole Mother Teresa thing. They said, oh yes, meek and lowly. They said it's a virtue, it's a good virtue, brother. Praise Him. You're supposed to be very meek, loving, kind. You're supposed to establish a non-confrontational. All of that is opposite of wealth. In wealth, you're not. There is no meek. There is no ruthless men retain wealth. Ruthless. That means you see it, you go get it. That's what it means. Ruthless men gain or retain wealth. The NIV says that violent men get riches. buy it, but it's mental. It's not physical. So my brothers and my sisters, again, thinking a thought is writing the script. Every time you think a thought, you write a script. Could you imagine that every time you think a thought, you put a book on the wall? If you think that way, that's what I think. Every time I think a thought, I'm putting a brick on the wall, I'm putting one off the wall. So every time you think a thought that says, shit, man, this is hard, it's not going to work, blah, 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 you putting a brick on the wall. So every time you think a thought, you're literally writing the script for the movie that you're producing and directing and acting and starring in. Why would you write a movie where you don't get the girl, you don't get the money, and you do not ride off into the sunset? Why would you be an extra in your own movie? Why you have somebody else being the star in your movie? Well, we write that script, but we don't know how we write it. How do you write a script? Well, when you think a thought, when you produce a feeling that is not wealth, health, wisdom, and great relationships, you just wrote a script. So that way tomorrow you can act it out. The script you write today, you act out tomorrow. So I just write scripts. Now, do you write, does the script always manifest? Absolutely not. You got to create it in your head before it manifests in your hand. So we got to do a better job of creating our realities in our head so that way they can manifest in our hands. And what if you do that? Because you get bombarded by all of this external stuff. Every day, all day, 24/7, 365. That is the test. Remember, it's always darkest before day. The test means when you ask for money, God gives you poverty. To see how you're going to act. If you believe that the poverty is real, you keep it. If you realize that is not real, that poverty is false evidence appearing real, then it goes away, and then your money shows up. So we literally keep our money at bay because the test comes before the money. That's what it's called, testimony. And the test comes before you get the ticket to get the money. So we can't get the ticket because we didn't pass the test. And we keep failing the test. Because the test is, it's always darkest right before day. God always takes all of your stuff from you just to see how you're going to act, to see if you're going to really believe. Do you really believe that you're a millionaire? If you do, you don't give a blank about what's happening in this world. Last but not least, you should be seeing what they call angel numbers. If you see the angel numbers, that means that you're getting close. And that means that shit's going to get chaos. If it ain't went to hell in a handbasket, that means it's going to get worse. And then you're going to start seeing these 111s and these 222s and 333s. When you see a sequence of the same number, that's God telling you. That's the universe telling you. Do not believe reality. Live in mentality. And I am saying it's going to be easy. In fact, it's going to be, I go through this in cycles. And I get extremely high, and then I get extremely low. But that's also part of what they call bipolar. So I know me, though. So when I get extremely high, I just stack my paper. When I get extremely low, I just remember how it felt when I was extremely high. So even though I may be extremely low, just like when I got sick. So I was just sick, man. I was like, what the hell? I woke up this morning, I just had to think, why am I sick? Once I started thinking about why I was sick, the sick started leaving. Because I realized being sick doesn't serve me. So I don't need it. I just released it. I didn't argue and beg with no big thing. I just went outside. I sat outside in the sun for about an hour. Went and took a hot shower with a lot of steam. Put me some that vapor rub. Drunk me some hot tea. Man, I'm good to go. So what does that mean? I didn't buy it. Poverty comes, same thing. You start losing money. Sit down, man, why am I losing money? You will find when you look at why you're losing money, it's because you stop giving your DR standards effect. You start giving away money instead of giving away your gift. That's the only reason that you broke. That's the only reason that you can be broke. When we forget what money is and we think money is paper. Money is not paper. Money is a mental disposition that's based upon certainty, or what we call competence. So everybody, you are competent in your past, and in your past there are many different ways, as we said earlier. So my past is the past of the six. Inside the six, I got a bunch of different ways. I got a motivated ability pattern. I got a motivated ability payment. I got a motivated ability subject. So there's a pattern that is a motivated ability subject that gives me my motivated abilities purpose, lane, or way. Everything is motivated, meaning it excites me. It gives me juice. It amplifies me. Your job is the same thing. That's money. Money is amplification. Because God multiplies. He doesn't add or subtract. The law of exponentiality. So the only way for me to continue to make money is to do the offers like I did today. And it's the same thing for everybody else. But remember, money is not money. Money is purpose. We're to stop, like, we start talking about money, we got to find another word. But everybody got hang-ups about money. Because we think certain things about money. It's hard to get past those money phobias. So the best way that I've learned to get past money phobia and the money blocks is to remove the word money and put in the word currency. Or put in the word chemistry. When you put in those other words, it takes you to other worlds. Because if you want to create a world, a new world, you got to use new words. All this is part of what everybody should be doing. Because you're doing it anyway. I'm just making you aware of it. Because when you become aware of it, then you can departmentalize it. That means that you can amplify it. You get to do more and more of it. But you got to decode yourself. Once you start to decode yourself, that allows you to operate and vibrate in a, what I call, obsession. That simply means that your brain is totally immersed in what you love instead of what you like. I like a lot of stuff. But there's very few things that I love. And then there's even fewer things that love me. Your job is to connect with people, places, and things that love you more than you love it. That simply means that that's eternity. Eternity is unconditional love. That's that love, it don't care what you do. It's always there. That's God. That's source. That's the universe. The universe is always there. What we call wealth, health, wisdom, and relationships is always there. Always. We walk away from it. It doesn't walk away from you, from you. So if you're experiencing a lack of wealth, health, wisdom, or relationships, that means that you vibrated away from it. So you got to just vibrate back to it. And the way that you vibrate back to it is to analyze it. If you look deeply into where you are at, and if you ask them, how did I get here? Where are you, and how did you get here? That tells you who are you and how to get out. All right, brothers and sisters, I love you. Again, take advantage of one of my 3 specials I got going on today. Also, again, everybody that tuned in live today, like I said at the beginning, if there's any show or book that you would like to have that you don't already have, just email me, masterteacher32.com at gmail.com, and let me know. I'll send you it for free. That's today only for everybody that listens live. Again, any one of my products, any one of my books, 7-hour series that I've done this year, or actually anytime, just send me an email and I'll send it to you for free. Make sure you take advantage of either the 10, I'm doing 10 101s for $1,000. Then normally that's $2,000. You can get 13 series for $1,000. So either one of those, that's my special today also. Love you. Appreciate you. See everybody mañana. God bless.